2, 1. Are we on? Holla ballers and a bro fist to you all for his 2015. Just what is heroism? I don't know. I've never heard of it. Heroism? Sounds made up. Sounds made up. Surely a raider would never know what heroism is, right? Real raiders don't know what heroism is. It's just a fictional thing made up for people playing the wrong classes. That's what heroism is. It's fictional. It's made up. It's made up. It just doesn't exist anymore. I'm going to see if I can shimmy so I cover that thing up. Let me do this. Whoa. No, that's worse. Let's not do that. Whoa. DVD. That's better. Oh, good. Welcome, people. It's Drama Friday. It's Drama Friday. It's back. It's the new season. So the playlists on the channel will now start from fresh. Start from fresh because it's 2015. And you guys have been begging me to like sort out the orders. Which means I would almost, not prepared to give names away yet, but to welcome the newest member of the staff. We have staff. We have people at the Preach Gaming team. Our first guy has come on board. We have a video editor. Joined. Is learning and working. Did training sessions today. I'm exhausted. Training sessions are really stressful. Really stressful, even for a few hours. Really stressful. But we'll introduce you when he's absolutely content with what he's doing and all that kind of stuff. So look forward to increased quality for a guy who can spend all day doing video editing, which I can't do. I just can't do it because I've got to make the next video. We have a wonderful video coming out tonight as well. So it's all pretty good. It's all damn good. Things are going well. Thumbs fresh. Thumbs fresh. But that's not why you're here today. That's not why you're here today. You're here for some drama. You're here for some weird things that go on in World of Warcraft. Because everyone's experience is different. People encounter weird, unusual, strange things all the time. Because it's WoW. And every time you press that button or you installed it for the first time and you had no knowledge of what the hell you were getting into, weird things occur. Maybe you're young. Maybe you were naive. Maybe you were horrible. Maybe you were cruel. Maybe you were looking for love for some reason in the game and thought an MMO would be the place to start. I could go out or I could go outside, meet people, socialize and all that kind of stuff, or I could play an MMO and maybe love will find me that way, right? Maybe love can find me that way. We'll see. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. Am I not going to people are getting pissed about my drama llama. I'm sorry. There we go. I can fix it. I have the skills. Maybe. Hey, there we go. Let's do this. Better. All right. There we go. Grandma love, play more WoW. Yeah, slay dragons and meeting damsels. Yeah, the books always told me that where there's dragons, there's damsels. So I'm down for that. I'm down for that. The damsels are ready. I've got 3 stories lined up for you today. One is from a real young kiddie. And there's a joy, isn't there? There's a joy when it's a real young kiddie. Because there's a level of naivety that's just unheard of, right? It's just unheard of. When you're a young kid, the whole world's your oyster. There's a whole world of crazy things that can go on when you're a young kiddie. But also, we've got a pure noob in the realest of real sense. A real noob. And also a nice short one about being bullied. But not really. You feel bullied. You felt bullied at some point, didn't you? Because life just didn't go your way. Did it? Didn't go. That rolled the dice. Just Iron Jesus wasn't praising you that day. He wasn't. Iron Jesus wasn't with you. And that's a sad state of affairs. It really upsets me to know that Iron Jesus just didn't love me that day. And that was supposed to be my day. Butcher Trinket. Where are you, Butcher Trinket? I'll send Marius to find you. Butcher Trinket. I will. If you don't drop it soon. It's been many kills now, friend. Many coin rolls have been spent. Many Apexis, and garrison resources, and time and effort. The DPS have gone towards gaining that little piece of justice, Mr. Butcher. If you could just see your way fit to pass it my way, that would be nice. That would be nice. I'm kind of getting a little annoyed with your fat ogre ass. I'm just saying. All right then. Let's start with let's get childish. How old are we for childish? We're 8. We're 8 years old. Put yourself in the shoes of an 8-year-old. Little shoes, right? No pubes. Still squeaking. Could still sing in a choir without looking too much of a, Too much of a ladylike person. We're 8. We're 8 and we're gaming and we're proud. Halo is the best game ever made when we're 8. Halo is the best game ever made. If you were now, and you were 8 then, and WoW came out, it was like Xbox, the big one. When your pad was as big as a house. Right? When your pad was as big as a house. If you were holding your controller like this, and it was heavy. When you had 4 arms at 8, because of giant controller arms. Here we go. Alright. Halo is the best game. No. 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 A lot of people had pubes when they were 8, apparently. Creepy. Creepy. Chapter 1, the drama to get WoW. Would you let... A serious question, because some of you are adults, I know. I know the average age of most of my audience. Would you let your kid play WoW at 8 years old? Would you? Would you let your kid into the MMO world? Does it matter if they're a boy or a girl? That's the question. Would you let an 8-year-old girl into World of Warcraft? Because... no. I'm just going to say no. I'm going to say no and it doesn't fucking matter. Yes? Yeah? No? No way. No way. No way. Nobody answered the right question. Nobody answered correctly though. The real answer is, are they a healer? And will they heal me? That's the real answer. You missed it. There was a hidden option C. Are they a healer? Okay, let's start off with some chapter 1-ish. It was early vanilla. Cast your mind back. Cast your mind back. It was early vanilla and I was 8 years of age when I saw my dad play this awesome game called WoW. He was leveling his human mage, which is still his main to this day. I asked him if I could play and he had a blunt response for me. No. What a dad. What a fucking dad. No. Can I play that, Dad? No. But you are having... Dad, don't you know that what you're doing to me right now, Dad, as a kid who's interested in video games, is you're having way loads of fun and telling me I can't take part. And as an 8-year-old kid, that's bullshit. That is fucking clown shoes from start to finish. That is... Look how much fun you're having, Dad. Can I join in? No, you can't. No. Sorry. No. No, it's too difficult for a child like me. Your dad called you retarded, straight up. I'm just saying, that's what happened. He looked at you. It wasn't because of your age. He said a child like you. Specifically, is what he said. Your dad straight up called you out. You're a bad gamer. He was like, no, I'm just not even into it. I'm not even into trying. Not even, no. It wasn't because of your age. He just said a child like you. Yeah? Child like you. Another child? Sure. Later that day, I watched my brothers also play this game. His dad and his brothers, plural, right? They all play WoW. Probably got their own PCs. Our little 8-year-old boy. No deal. No deal. Later that day, I watched my brothers also play this game, who were all older than me, and asked if I could play. They all said no. Nope. No, you can't. It must feel like a fucking conspiracy. Like everyone's just being a dick to you. The next day, however, I formulated a plan. What kind of plan does an 8-year-old formulate? What kind of plan will an 8-year-old formulate? Devious, to say the least. At this point, a popular cereal company... I'm just going to say it. I was trying not to endorse anybody. Kellogg's, right? The cornflakes people. At this point, Kellogg's were putting free mini lightsabers in their cereal. It's an 8-year-old plan. Aha! I've got you now. Got you now. Free mini lightsabers. You jelly? Oh! Props. Yeah? I've got a plan. I'm 8 years old and I've got a fucking plan. How do you turn this thing off? No. There you go. Put it there so I don't break it. So, we've got 3 mini lightsabers in their cereal packets. I said that if I gave my brother my Mace Windu lightsaber, it's Mace Windu's lightsaber. It's purple. It's unique, right? It's purple. If I gave my brother my Mace Windu... It's his favourite thing. The way you describe it, it's like it's your favourite thing in the world. It's the favourite thing in the world. It's a Mace Windu lightsaber. It's not Anakin or any of that bullshit. It's Mace fucking Windu, right? It's Mace fucking Windu. If I give you my Mace Windu lightsaber in return for the password, we struck a deal. Although, are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Although I lost half of my collected serial mini lightsabers. Lost half of them. But I had World of Warcraft. The deal worked. We struck a deal. It cost not only the Mace Windu lightsaber, but probably some others. But now he has WoW. What a plan. I continue to play WoW and an undead warlock that I've forgotten the name of, but probably something terrible. I kept on playing until I reached level 13, where my armor broke. We've all been there. At level 13 when you have to repair. My armor broke, and bearing in mind I leveled by killing mobs, I didn't have enough money to repair, so I deleted the character. My character broke at level 13. He just broke. That was it. It's the end of the game. I don't know. How do you make it to level 90 without your gear breaking? Hey, guys, how do you make it to level 60 without your gear breaking? How is this possible? And then I made a Tauren warrior called Brutal Cow. This time, I was gonna level properly. Again, I reached level 13. Again, my gear broke. I got bored and deleted him. It's a good start. It was worth the lightsabers, though. What a trade. Chapter 2, though. The Rise. We're rising. By mid-vanilla, I was getting pretty good. I had a level 36 human rogue who still had the Defias bandana because it looked fucking epic. And it did! It fucking did. No one deny that you went back to get the Defias bandana at some point if you played in vanilla. Because it was awesome as shit. It totally was awesome as shit. It was well good. I know Ghosty, that was the beginning of the Ghosty transmog, was the Defias bandana. I remember specifically Ghosty going farming the Defias bandana because he needed it. So fucking... Who remembers it, right? I bet you all forgot with the bloody bandana and all that in the game. The Defias bandana, the original transmog. The original one. Then I stole my brother's Blood Elf bandana from his level 19 Rogue Twink. The one that used to be like 500G in the auction house. I also had a level 27 Night Elf Hunter, but it got deleted because I left a guild that I had given my account details to level him. What cunt, right? You have to be a cunt to realise that one of your guildies is like 8 years old and then say, I will level your character for you. Just leave me your account name and password. Okay? You have to be some kind of subhuman scum to realise that that is a child and then do that. I'm fucking serious. You have to be a twat to do that. I don't even blame the 8-year-old at this point, right? This is the kind of guy who's probably playing Candy Crush, alright? That's what's going on right now. This is a guy who's probably playing Candy Crush and you literally offered to level his character for him, which is just, it's a thing. It's a thing that happened. Oh my god. But I was determined to reach level 60 on somebody, so I kept playing my rogue. I made it to 60 just in time to get some gear before the Burning Crusade came out. It wasn't anything special. In fact, I only had one epic, but I was still pissed that TBC made me replace it. Aww. Chapter 3. I started raiding. I managed to reach max level pretty quickly because of the lack of life I had. You do have a lack of life at like that age, don't you? There's nothing to do all day. Bearing in mind, I only got 30 minutes of homework a week. What school is that? 30 minutes of homework? Well, you are a kid, I suppose. So finally I made it to Heroic Dungeons. I got my Assassinator gear quite quick. And moved on, gearing pretty solidly with good progression in a crappy guild full of tards who never talk to each other. Eventually, I made it to the Black Temple. But I couldn't get past that goddamn Naga because of the Impale spell. Nobody would remove it for some reason. I left the guild. In the next guild, it required me to use TeamSpeak. So I asked my dad to speak so I didn't appear like a kid. Sometimes I really hate that I'm a father. Because if I get asked to do this, I'm just gonna give a bunch of fives. A bunch of fives going my boy's way. A bunch of fives. I was still so young. I finally made it to Illidan, the almighty Illidan. It took us 2 days. 2 days. This is totally at the end of the expansion. It took us 2 days, but we killed him. And this new gear I'd never seen before dropped. A legendary item. I was immediately removed by the leader, who was a warrior tank. When people asked why he took it... Oh, it was immediately looted by the leader, who was a warrior tank. Been there. Saw it happen. Not in my guild. Not in my guild. When people asked why he took it, it wasn't the best item for tanks. He replied, now we've killed it, I'm going Fury. It happened so many fucking times, and you know it did. It happened so many times. Well, if we've killed it now, I'm going Fury. Right? And when people asked, well, shouldn't someone who used it more often have it? He just told everyone that it wasn't a rare drop and someone would get it next week. It's fine, guys. There'll be more. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Chapter 4. I was deceived. Obviously, the raid leader's promise did not come true. And it was a month or so until the next time it dropped. You lucky bastards. A month? We farmed that thing for months and months. I had researched this mystical item and found out it was the best item for my rogue. How to get it, I wondered. I also researched how the loot system worked. I managed to get by for weeks without bidding on anything. Obviously, the other rogues realised what was going on and decided to join in. But it started to look really suspicious when items for rogues were only being greeded despite being way better than the stuff we already had. Common theme in the Black Temple? Yes. Does any rogue want to pay points for this? Nope. Anybody? Mm-mm. You don't want this tier 6 chest? It's the best in the game. Mm-mm. I'm fine. I'm fine with my tier 4. It's fine. Yeah, DKP. Lol. DKP. Aha, okay. No, I'm fine with what I've got. What about this weapon? Nah. I'm good. I'm good with what I've got. However, the raid leader didn't raise an eyelid. He already had his. He didn't give a shit, right? I don't give a fuck. Raised an eyelid and just said, hey, if you don't want it, I'll sell it if you like. And he did. When the weapons dropped from Illidan again, I was so happy. I rolled and so did everyone else. However, we looked again in Illidan's pockets and we saw no weapon. When we asked where it had gone, the raid leader said, I have taken it as it's the other half I need. So he took that one too and said goodnight and logged off. He can't not have the set, can he? That doesn't make any sense. He's got to have the set. The next day I spoke to the raid leader about helping me get these items. How can I get these glaives? I asked him. He told me next time he would certainly give it to me because he thought I was the only rogue not being sneaky to get it. It's fine. I tell you what. You look like a decent rogue. I'll make sure you get it. Alright? I'll make sure you get it. Trust me, I've only ninja'd twice. You have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear from me. Because I'm your tank. I've only ninja'd twice. So I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out. He told me that not to make it look obvious. However, the next time it dropped, that didn't happen. Because I had changed my appearance and rolled on absolutely everything that dropped that a rogue needed to make it look like I wasn't plotting. There's a level of outplayed here, which is just genius. This thing's so outplayed that it's genius. It's like, hey, I'll definitely give it to you. So make sure you roll on everything, right? And spend those DKP points. We don't want it to look obvious. It's all good. Oh, my God. I didn't win the blades. The leader actually just put it up for a roll and one of the other rogues won it. I was furious. I told him how dare he do this to me. His response was, hey, what do you do with a football? And he kicked me from the guild. Hey, that's a good point. What do you do with a football? Kicked. Ah, wanker. I love this raid leader. He's fucking got it all set up. I love this guy. I looked for another guild, but to no prevail. When I finally got in one, there was only a few rogues, and these rogues were newest to the guild. And they had been loot whoring in previous guilds, and all three of them had Blades of Azzinoth, and I didn't. It was a bit like being Rudolph. In the class chat, I was left out, and so I asked the leader to help me win them. By the end of Black Temple, I only had one of the blades, and I was really sad, so I quit the game. Chapter 5, though, I got back into WoW. What do you do with the football? Boom! Fuck off! The account was still up, and my dad still paid for it, so at the end of ICC, I came back with a human DK. I leveled him up and got fully geared in Heroic Blues. Before Kata came out. Whoa. In this I raided, however, once I realised that I could actually kill Deathwing by just doing some shitty blood, getting some shitty blood off his back and removing rusty armour to cut his nails for him, I stopped raiding. I kind of feel like you didn't do it because of my video on it. That makes me kind of sad. That kind of makes me sad that you didn't do Kata because of the video I made. I turned to PvP. I went the only place I was welcome, the PvP world. And I was pretty good. Did some regular rated BGs and even got a combat rating of 1600 before Mists of Pandaria came out. Mini lightsabers to 1600 in 3 easy expansions, alright? No, 4. 4 easy expansions. We made it. We made it. It took 4 expansions, but we got there. It cost us a Mace Windu lightsaber, but we got there. I started PvE again, but got depressed. Again, they're doing the dailies, so I did PvP again. Until I met a PvP guild on the RP realm. I met them through on Outland. Outland. Is that an RP realm? I don't think so. I met them through a For the Alliance raid. I met them through a For the Alliance raid. It was a really fun. So I joined their guild. I met up with their other DKs and we did a little bit of RP. We got the trophy tabards together and we got some transmog gear to look like a blood DK, a frost DK, and an unholy DK from the colours. Which one would you rather be? I guess the blue. I guess whoever got frost got it easy, right? All frost. All blue. So good. However, when I did ICC, I did the chain quest from Darien and reserved Primordial Saronite and the Bloods. Therefore, it was on Loot Master. However, I gave the loot to the... I definitely gave the loot to the winning rollers. And they didn't pick it up from the bosses. Now, it still occurs to me you don't know what went wrong here. As Master Looter. Which is excellent. Because it, like, totally proves how young you are. That you still don't know what went wrong here. You were the Master Looter, but they didn't pick your loot up from the bosses. Yeah. That's not how it works, unfortunately. That's not quite how it works. I'm just saying, that's not quite how it goes. Alright? It's all good. The winning rollers didn't pick it up from the bosses. One of the people in the group told my guild leader that I was ninjaing and to go to their base, aka the tavern in the old town with the battle stands on top of the table. They told me that I was loot whoring and it was a kickable offence. I told them the truth and they said they would come up with a verdict. I just told them to shut the fuck up. I have no time for this, and I hate to say it, but it's in the story. And it makes sense. For this gay RP shit with shit RBG groups and dumb base in Old Town. So I left and ignored them all. What? Yeah! Get 9-year-olded, fuckers. I'm out of here. You're all shit and gay. Woo! You're out. I'm going. I didn't ninja loot nothing. You didn't pick it up from the Master Looted boss. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I came to come back around Siege of Orgrimmar with PvP gear from Looms. I got hooked on raiding, so now I'm raiding in WoD. And I play a female Draenei. And I'm progressing through Highmaul. Yeah! What? That's right. Get 9-year-old, fuckers. I'm out of here. Gay. I'm gone. Bye. Love it. Fucking love it. Right. Yeah, man. He's fucking badass now. That Master Looter, though. Left the loot on the bosses is the only explanation. I put it on Master Looter. I don't know what's going on. Right, let's do a newbie one. Although that was newbie. It was more youngish. Let's do proper newbie. Enter the newbie shaman. I started playing WoW around midway through Mists of Pandaria. Oh my god, are you still playing? I'm so genuinely curious whether you're still playing or not. After my uncle recommended me the game. He sent me a recruiter friend email and a Battle.net gift card to use for game time one Christmas. I never used the RAF link or gift card, but I did begin playing about 3 months later. Bastard. Send it me. Fucker. I rolled a shaman on a separate realm and never told him about it. Why? What was wrong with your uncle? That's suspicious as fuck, by the way. That line is really dubious. Your uncle sent you a recruiter friend link and a free gift card. You waited 3 months and rolled in a different realm and didn't tell him. What's wrong with your uncle? Something going on there. You don't like... You've got an Uncle Knobhead, haven't you? You've got an Uncle Knobhead. Until one day during a family barbecue, bastard, he found out I played. Rumbled. You got fucking rumbled. I'm not sure where my aversion to playing the game with my uncle is coming from, but to this day, we have only ever played together once. Never again. We tried it, but never, not again. Why do you all jump to paedophilia? What is wrong with the world today, where the only thing wrong with this guy could be that he's a kiddie toucher? What the hell is going on with your perceptions of people, right? He might just be a jerk. Did you ever consider that? Did you ever consider that he might just be a jerk and not a fucking kiddie fiddler? Really? That is like the go-to. It's the only explanation. The only explanation in the world why you wouldn't want to play a video game with this guy. That is the only explanation, right? I'm taking it there. Fucking hell. You guys are nuts. And then he got his hot dog at the barbecue, and then he found out what was going on. Yeah, welcome to the internet. I blame the media. I blame Fox News. Again, Fox News. Look what you've done. Look what you've done to all these people. Damn it, Fox News. Like any complete noob, I went to a vendor upon reaching level 90 and spent all the gold I had gathered from questing on all the beautiful greens I could get my hands on. Delicious. The next day, a friend invited me to my first raid, a normal Throne of Thunder run. I was kicked after the first pull, after much laughter and vent. It's a good first raid. Yeah, I sent hot dog at a barbecue. Thank you for picking. Thanks, Obama. Hey, why don't you come along to the raid? Ugh, time to go. Okay, thank you very much. That was awesome. That was awesome. We'll see you again, definitely. At this point, I still had no add-ons. Oh, imagine raiding without add-ons. You know who I'm talking to. Imagine not having add-ons while raiding. So I had no idea how bad my DPS was, but considering that I was playing on a MacBook and clicking each spell with my touchpad... Oh, Jesus. Touchpad MacBook raiding. No add-ons. Touchpad MacBook raiding. Just put those things together, right? Put those things together. No, Mikey, you're wrong. Touchpad MacBook raiding is what we're doing. That's what's going on. All right, we solid, we good, we all up to date. Touchpad MacBook raiding. Boom. After that, I went from LFR guild to LFR guild. There's no such thing as an LFR guild. There can't be. Scheduled LFR. There can't be. There's no such thing as an LFR guild. I assume you mean cesspool guild. There can't be, right? Save me. Save me. Save me from the idea that there's an LFR guild. Until a Team 2 raid leader from a raiding guild I had pugged with seemed to take pity on this shaman that would need on their tank gear and invited me to their guild that was making some progress. It took a while for me to find my place in the team, as there was not a lack of rude comments, such as when I would ask for a break between pulls, I would get the answer, we gave you a break when we invited you to the guild. What? Yeah. Hey guys, do you mind if we take a break? We've already given you a break. We brought you to this raid, right? Carry board. That raid leader though. I love the smugs. I love the smugs. It's I continued to raid with this team for nearly a year. Then we got to Garrosh. Garrosh. For 3 months we wiped. Many people left the team as tensions became high. I was still not a very good raider, and my MacBook began to literally fall apart, which only made matters worse. Not the MacBook. But people seemed to like me. I was the comic relief without trying to be. Oh, that's made me really sad. I'm the unintentional laughing stock of the raid. Amazing. Unintentionally, I am hilariously bad at the game. During one raid night, once again banging our heads against Garrosh, people began whispering me, wondering why I kept not readying up for the checks. Now, there is not a fucking one of you here, and I swear to God, there is not a one of you here who will know what's going on. Why this guy didn't ready up. He's just not clicking ready. He's just not clicking ready. Why? He's not AFK. Why is he not doing it? They looked on their screens and saw me over at Jeeves and asked why it was taking me so long to repair. In silence. Classic technique, people. Remember, if you shit at the game, don't respond to anything, right? If you get asked a question, the best out is just not to say anything. Just pretend you're dead or something. Just like get up and walk away. And eventually people will get bored and just carry on. In silence, I frantically was searching in my bags for things to vendor so I could afford to repair. I had never had the privilege of guild repairs. I was not even aware it was a thing. I ended up having to vendor a few pieces of my healing offset gear so I could get in a few more wipes. Is that not the saddest thing you've ever heard in your life? Is that not the saddest thing you've ever heard in your life? That he sold his off-spec gear to repair for the raid. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. It gets worse. It gets worse. Because if that happened to you, for whatever fucking reason in the world, if that happened to you, what is the last thing you would do after that, right? You've been silent. You've been quietly silent while you look in your bags and realize that you're going to have to sell your gear to make this happen, this repair situation. But then what don't you do afterwards? It could be any reason. It could be any reason that it happened to you. Perhaps you just decided to throw away all your gold on something, or you really wanted to buy that amazing trinket. I whispered my raid leader that I didn't have enough gold to repair, apologized, said I'd sold my gear, and I was now ready. Now put yourself in the position of this raid leader. Because, frankly, after you hear that... Excuse me? That's what happens there. Your raid leader's chilling. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you taking so long to raid? And then that's the whisper you get. You just go... Is that right? Is that right? Is that right? That's the only thing you could do at that point. He's like... My ears began to burn as she burst out laughing in Vent, telling everyone what I had been doing. How could she not? Which raid leader in the world would not spread that story? Immediately. Immediately. I was instantly spammed with trades and people tried to give me more gold than I have ever acquired before. It was in the hundreds. In the hundreds of gold. But I declined them all. I did not want to be a freeloader. On that day, I vowed to myself that I would find a way to make enough gold to repair, so it would never happen again. It's a solid vow. Pretty easy, though. It's not something I would like, you know, carve in stone or anything. It's like a promise that you made to the ancients of life. You know, I'm just saying, you know, one day you might want to set higher goals than having repair gold. Just an idea that maybe one day we could be, you know, up there. Finally, one exceptionally stressful raid night when one DPS had threatened to leave the team if Garrosh was not killed. We killed him. It was the proudest moment of my time in WoW. Vent erupted in cheers and we paraded around the corpse of Garrosh taking screenshots with many a slash flex. We decided to go out to the shrine to show off to the realm that we had finally done it. Are you ready? None of you are ready. The Guildmaster had given us all Twilight Cultist sets to wear for this special occasion. What? And I ran around the shrine in my purple robes, yelling to anyone around me what we had done on that night. There was one druid who usually hung out around the bar near the inn around this time, and he congratulated me. But most players just laughed at us. Most players like, what the fuck? We continued to pray around the shrine in our new mounts for nearly an hour, taking more screenshots. The expansion was coming to a close. Killed it at the very end. Killed it. Hey man, congrats though, you still did it. I'm not gonna whatever. You still did it, I'm fine with it. The expansion came to a close, as was my team. The stress of all our time spent on Garrosh seemed to create irreparable cracks. So I decided to become a mage and look for a different team. I was tired of being forced by the raid leader to heal when all I really wanted to do was deeps. I figured that a pure deeps class should probably be the best at deeps, since they bring little else to the raid. That's a common sense approach, right? I vow on my mage to never heal again. I vow it! I will never have repair gold. Oh, I will have repair gold, and I will never heal again on my mage. I really enjoyed my mage. It was much more involved, with a more exciting rotation than the shaman. Lining up buffs for altar time. Ugh, that's not going to work out well in the future. Managing multi-dots and aiming my frozen orb for maximum procs. Pew pew! My mage was vastly undergeared compared to my shaman, but I began to pull numbers my shaman could only dream about. Watch out! Healing mage, you know it. It's all going well. It's all going well. All about the mage. I joined the new guild of my mage and was welcomed to Team 2. Yes! I had always been a Team 2 raider and proud and did not expect anything else. Oh, come on! Don't say that! I never expect Team 1. It's just a dream. A pipe dream. I'm fine with me. I'm Team 2 and that's who I am. I'm Team 2. I know where I belong. Don't taunt me with your Team 1 rank. Don't taunt me. I know where I belong. You're making me upset. You're making me so upset. In Team 2, I somehow eventually gained the role of officer and a leader of the team. People trusted my decisions and consistently pulling deeps far ahead of anyone else as well. Team 1 was on a break for the summer, but when they began to return to the game, they heard about this new mage that had not healed once, that had surpassed the guild's expectations of Team 2, as well as my own. The raid leader of Team 1, who shall it be? CrossFX? The raid leader of Team 1, named CrossFX, whispered me and asked me about all that had happened in his absence. What happened over that summer? What happened? I told him how Team 2 was close to falling apart. Is this after you became the raid leader? How's your team going? It's falling apart. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's not good. It's not good. And how I took it upon myself to step up. Oh, it was before he took it on. Okay. I told him how Team 2 was close to falling apart and how I took it upon myself to step up in an attempt to save them. And soon after, how I had gotten support of most of the group. When they began to ask me to replace the raid leader, CrossFX came with us on a few runs to see how everyone was performing. Oh, Talent Scout. Team 1 Talent Scout coming in. He told me that he had plans. I've got serious plans for you for Mythic raiding when WoD comes out. And he only needed the best players. Okay? Got big plans. I'm looking at you, Team 2. I've got big plans. We're going Mythic. This caused me to truly study my class, and I began to really impress CrossFX. He told me that he could use someone that could resolve conflicts and keep a cool head during our stressful wipes. He told me that he would be making big changes in WoD. Big changes are coming. Haven't you all heard it at some point? New expansion coming. Time for the big changes. It's time to crack some skulls. We're going to see some things, people. Up and up for us. That's the only way it's going to be. He would give me the role of officer if I wanted it. I felt at this point that I had come a long way from that newbie shaman that could barely afford repairs and the source of laughter on Vent. By the way, I had amassed a small fortune by the time I began playing the auction house, giving me the funds to blow 700k so far in WoD on whatever the hell I wanted, including a sweet mythic belt for a raid not even released yet. Oh yeah. I bet it was spirit stats, wasn't it? You're one of those guys. Item level whoring. I know who you are. WoD came along. We're up to date now, people. And I got my mage up to 102 days. Slacky. Despite the constant problems on Blizzard's part. As I scrolled through the guild roster, I was a little dismayed at the amount of people still around the 92 range. Still, two of my good friends from Team 2, named Jimmy, a DK tank, and Baswai, a druid tank. Oh, feral druid, sorry. Had reached 100 about the same time as me. And CrossFX and our druid tank from Team 1 dinged 100 about a day later. We had enough people for heroic 5-mans all day. And we quickly got all the gear we could from those heroics and challenge modes. But it was around this time that I started to question whether we really would be raiding Mythic. It had been a week now, and most of the guilds still had not capped. CrossFX finally released the roster for our planned Mythic team. Hey, did you make the cut? Did you make the cut? It's roster day, people. It's on the board. Go and check. This is it. Have you made it? We'll see. CrossFX finally released the roster of our Mythic team. The only people invited for Team 2 was me, Jimmy, and Bass Y. Made the list. So the people who were level 100 then. That was the requirement. Hey, you want to raid Mythic? Gotta be level 100. Done. You're in. You're in. Literally, the only people who were level 100 in the guild. Surprisingly, the guys who made the raid team. Woo! There we go. I was a little disappointed that a priest named Brittany, who I had gotten along with, was not invited. Sorry, Brittany. Just wasn't enough, was it? Not for CrossFX. Though I understand why, she really isn't a very good player. Little sad you didn't make it. But I get it, because you're not very good. I'm still sad. I'm sad because, you know, ladies. But I kind of get why you weren't picked, because you're not very good. So, there we go. We still talk in vents sometimes, but she seemed pretty hurt when I didn't take her side. Oh, you told her she wasn't very good? Whoa! Ballsy? Wait a minute. Check the big balls on Brad. Look at this guy. Hey, I know you're upset. Hey, I like you. I'm a little sad that you didn't make it, but to be fair, you're pretty shit, alright? Look, don't shoot the messenger, alright? You are pretty shit. I'm just pointing it out there. Take it if you want it. If not, throw it right back at me, okay? Throw it right back at me. That's what happened. Look, I still like you, because you're like a girl on the internet and that, but you're not very good at the game, so what are you going to do? It's just... And she spends most of her time in another guild now. Ah, he began to ask the best raiders from other teams to join us, as CrossFX seemed fairly well connected and had friends in just about every guild on the server. With new recruits flooding in, I regained my faith in our journey towards Mythic. Yeah, this is Mythic. This ain't a joke, right? There's no room for friends. This is Mythic raiding, okay? Mythic. Serious. I would drool over the Mythic Mage set model. Not really because it looked good, but because of what it meant by wearing it. Yeah? Look at me. Look upon me. Look upon me and understand that I am a Mythic Mage. Okay? It's kind of important. It would allow everyone to instantly point me out as a Mythic Raider. There he goes. He's there. Can you see the armor? That's a Mythic Raider. No, Billy, don't talk to him. Back, Billy. Don't touch him now. Don't touch him. He's a Mythic Mage. Kind of a big deal. Does that happen to all you guys out there? A lot of us are wearing some Mythic gear now, right? Does that happen? Can you walk through the streets of Ashran these days through Warspear with your head held high? How do you even get to the auction house with so many people stopping you and pointing and looking at him like, he's a Mythic Raider. Mythic Raider, there he is. It would allow everyone to instantly point me out as a Mythic Raider. Something that seemed to be lacking in Mists of Pandaria. It's him. It's him. He's here. He's arrived. He's arrived. However, uh-oh. Uh-oh, can we throw an uh-oh in? However, CrossFX made a classic error. And when I found out, I told him what a mistake it was. Because that's now the only reason you know this is a mistake because you've been watching the channel. And well played, sir, because I've told you about this so many times. I would love it if you could guess it, but it'd take too long. CrossFX had created a roster for exactly 20 people for Mythic. How big's Mythic? 20. Then we need 20 people. Yeah. No. That's not how it works. Of course, after 3 people got kicked from the guild, including Baswai. You didn't make it, Baswai. You were kicked, dude. And some people leaving. We didn't have 20 people. There's an issue. We don't have enough to raid now. Alright? Okay? I'm just saying. Baswai was kicked after telling CrossFX IRL friend to die of AIDS. Jokingly, of course. Huh. Well. But Baswai did not realise that the guy he was talking about was in fact gay and took serious offence to that style of humour. Yeah. Gotta be careful with your AIDS death jokes, people. I know it's the internet and you like to get a little bit rowdy with your insults and get a little bit edgy. Yeah, I'm gonna really throw out some cusses. But sometimes that's not gonna end really well. Just gonna put it out there. Maybe you shouldn't mention, you know, death as a joke to people. I'm just saying. Just put it out there. You know, you can mock them in some other way that doesn't involve their death. Just an idea. Just an idea. Okay. Just put it out there. Take it. Throw it back. The good old AIDS death jokes never get old. Let's throw out some hard Fs as well so we look really edgy. Alright? No offense, yeah. Let's throw out some hard Fs. We'll be okay. We'll be good. Okay. Right when I figured we should all be getting ready to begin Mythic raiding, when we all got back from the holidays, barely 10 people showed up for our raid. Oh, bummer. And we managed 2 out of 7 heroic. Oh no. I was still in contact with a priest named Woody. A priest named Woody from my raid team in Mists of Pandaria, who is now in one of the top guilds on the realm. I started to get really jelly beans of his team's progression, sitting at 6 out of 7 heroic. I asked him without really thinking much of it beforehand if he had any spots open. Right after I sent a PM, I considered to myself, how close a friend CrossFX and Woody are. But he just replied that they may have an opening and he'd ask the raid leader later. Final chapter, loyalty. The next day, Woody invited me to a group. I accepted and found myself in a group with him and the raid leader, Admiral Wookie. They asked if I could help with their garrison invasion. Is that a good test? I don't think so. I'm not buying a garrison invasion as an accurate test of one's raiding ability, in all honesty. I can think of anything better, such as pet battles, probably. I don't think invasions count. I'm not buying it. If I was to test a raider, a garrison invasion, that's probably not on the list of things. Now, I was pretty tired. It was a bit late, but I knew I had to impress him with my DPS. This has to go well, this garrison invasion. I hope we can get past it. I took the front gate, blew all my cooldowns the instance I could. And as I realised how just like one mob spawns, it's like fucking frost orb and fucking crystals down and all that shit. Ah! Die! I realised how bad it would be if my first impression of me was how I messed up a garrison invasion and got us a silver. At the end of the invasion, I sighed of relief as we just barely got gold. I'm kidding. I bet there's somebody who doesn't get gold. Sucks, dude. Okay. We made it. I checked the deeps meters. I did more damage than the other two combined. Which isn't that big of an achievement since they were both on their alts. Oh, God. Owned! 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 You guys got owned! Woo! Mythic Raider here in the house, right? Okay? Owned! Owned! Owned on your alts. Owned! Yeah, you got owned so hard. Boom! Kick ass. Check it out. Which isn't that big of an achievement since they were both on their alts. But to my horror... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I noticed that I had never summoned my water elemental. It's always the simplest thing. I was timing my trinket procs. I had it all lined up. My fucking crystal was crispy good. It was all awesome. Oh, it was creamy from start to finish. It was creamy from start. Oh, shit. Fuck. I didn't put poisons on. That's what it is for a rogue. It's like, man, I fucking got my cleave straight. Yeah, my ball throw's looking good. I've got my chest pubes out. I'm kicking ass. Why is my damage shit? Ah, I've got no poisons on. Fucker. God fucking damn it. I hope to God that no one had noticed. Afterwards, we stayed in the garrison for a while and spoke in party chat about my plans. I told him how my guild didn't seem to really want to raid Mythic enough, and I wanted to make sure that I would be raiding Mythic content because, of course, the gear. He seemed apprehensive to accept someone in tryout runs in the case that I would take gear and run. But I told him that I did not really need any gear since I had been running heroic pugs, getting full clears every week while my guild had its 3-week break. With the promise that I would not roll on any gear. I promise I will not roll on any gear. You can join. Welcome to the guild. That's an awesome deal. Good deal. You can join and not get any gear. Sounds good to me. Admiral agreed to let me try out in their next heroic run to see how I get along with everyone. The following night, CrossFX announced in guild chat that they would be doing a last-minute run and everyone to join Vent. Immediately after my joining Vent, CrossFX began to talk about loyalty for about 5 minutes. Guys, before we start this raid, I want to talk to you about loyalty, okay? I just want to talk about loyalty, just for a few minutes. No particular reason, but I want to talk about loyalty and what it means. I was completely silent, trying not to give away my guilt. I figured he was only mentioning this. There were some obviously unhappy members of the team, and he was worried that people were thinking about leaving. After this uncomfortable talk, we continued on to wipe on normal Imperator all night, even though I had pugged a heroic Imperator kill a while ago. I didn't really mind running content I didn't need, but what I did mind was not progressing. In between pulls, we had 3 people go AFK without saying anything, causing the raid to wait for more than 15 minutes. Then when we got back, they would seem confused about why anyone could possibly be mad at them for wasting time, saying things like, if all you're going to do is complain about someone going to the bathroom, then there's something wrong with you guys, right? I'm not the one with the problem. I needed to take a shit. I took my laptop with me, had a game of Hearthstone, because I was taking a shit. That's just human nature. Came back, and you're all mad, right? How can you be mad at someone for taking a shit? I don't understand. I needed a shit. It's got to take place, right? That's a human bodily function. Don't even be mad at me. Idiots. And I reminded everyone that we had taken an official break less than half an hour ago and asked everyone to focus. Focus! Focus, please. I relayed all these troubles onto, I forgot the name, Woody. Solidifying my decision to change teams. The day of the tryout rolled around and I was ready to impress. Shit, a bottle, don't be a pussy. I showed up with a stack of augment runes, flasks, pots, my own food just in case. I received an invite to the group and received a raid warning from Admiral that with guild information. Joining Vent, I heard Admiral say, "Here is the mage that thinks he's too much of a badass for CrossFX's team. If we invited you, would you water elemental come too?" Oh, shit! They totally noticed. If we invite you to the raid, will you bring your water elemental? Just asking questions, right? I don't want to put this on you, right? But just checking that if we do bring you to the raid, will you bring your water elemental? Okay? Can you do that? Can you do that? Is that okay? Can you do that? Once again, I heard the familiar ventriloquial laughter of my past, and my face burned. "I'm just fucking with you, don't worry about it," he continued. I was the top of the damage meters all night. Didn't mess up a single mechanic as we cleared all the way to Korra Heroic. During the raid, a voice I didn't recognize yet said, "I wish I had the gold to buy my DPS." Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Now, you've been calling wrecked all night, but that's wrecked right there. I wish I had the gold to buy my DPS. What? And then they started linking my black market auction house mythic belt in raid chat. Those fucking smugs. The fucking smugs. Oh, shit. I hadn't really considered that buying some gear could really cheapen what my DPS actually meant. I spent the rest of the night mostly in silence. Oh, you got burned so hard, though. You took it on the chin. And only speaking when directly asked a question. Later that night, Woody sent me a whisper saying that the team decided to take me on, but I would need to join the guild first. I said my goodbyes to a few of the guildies that were online and wished them luck and G-quit. I told Woody I was ready and smiled as I received my invite to the new guild. Rather than the usual welcome I would receive upon joining a guild, I saw a single green word from Admiral, loyalty, and I was instantly kicked from the guild. Loyalty. You had that discussion. You were told. You were told about loyalty. You were told about loyalty. You were told. CrossFX really did seem to have friends everywhere. You knew they were friends. You said they were friends. You knew it. And apparently word had gotten around about all the complaining I had done, which I considered a personal conversation between the new guild. I was devastated, and for the first time in WoW, I had no idea what to do. I really did not want to end up like my friend Basai, who had been guildless ever since he was kicked, and asking teams if they would accept him like a jobless man during a recession. School was starting back up soon, and I was often told I play WoW too much, so I decided it has come to an end, and I will end my subscription. I had a lot of fond memories from all the hours I spent in the game, and have learned a few valuable life lessons. Hopefully you get some out of it too. Thanks for reading my story. We salute you, sir, as you take the long walk, Judge Dredd style. We give him his honour as he takes the long walk into the RL. We'll see you in a couple of months. Oh, shit. Oh, that does bring us to the end of Drama Friday. Roller coaster, right? We went on that way. That does bring us to the end of our wonderful Drama Friday. Thank you so much, guys. I'm crying. The long walk. The long walk. And off we walk. Off we walk. We take that night. What's happening here? Ah! You're not ready for your long walk, eh, bud? Come here, Captain. Hey! The ginger hero.
Sis, Max.
He doesn't want to play.
Who's that there?
Who's that?